Imagine stepping onto your balcony to snip fresh basil for your pasta, or picking a perfectly ripe cherry tomato, still warm from the sun. That's the magic of a balcony garden. But what if your gardening dreams are stopped by a hot, windy, or shady balcony? What if you could take one simple, cheap container and know exactly how to make it thrive, no matter your climate? That's what we're doing today. I'll show you the specific tweaks for tropical, dry, temperate, and cold climates, so you can finally start the garden you've been dreaming of. Number 1. The tropical balcony, high heat and high humidity. First, let's head to the tropics. The plants that love this climate are the ones that embrace humidity. For edibles, think chili peppers, lemongrass, ginger, sweet potatoes for their leaves, and herbs like mint and basil that will absolutely thrive. For that lush jungle vibe, go for hibiscus, ferns like Boston or bird's nest, peace lilies, and monsteras. But growing on a tropical balcony feels like you're gardening on easy mode one day and in a total crisis the next. That combo of intense heat and constant humidity is a perfect storm for fungal diseases and root rot. The air is so damp that plants struggle to breathe, and a sudden downpour can flood your pots. Our main goal here is to maximize drainage and airflow. This starts with your container. For any balcony, a lightweight fabric grow bag or a reused food-grade bucket is a great, low-cost option. But the one absolute, non-negotiable rule is that it must have drainage holes. If you're using a bucket, drill at least 5 big holes in the bottom. Plants sitting in soggy soil is a quick death. For the tropics, this is even more critical. Next, the soil. For any container, you need a bag of lightweight potting mix. Do not scoop up soil from your yard. It's heavy, compacts in a pot, and will suffocate your plant's roots. For the tropics, give that potting mix an upgrade. Amend it with orchid bark or cocoa coir to create more air pockets. This lets water from heavy rains rush right through. Finally, airflow is your best friend. Get your pots up off the ground using pot feet or a couple of bricks to let air circulate underneath. And even tropical plants can't handle the brutal afternoon sun on an exposed balcony. Pay attention to how the sun moves across your space. If you get that harsh afternoon blast, provide some shade with a simple shade cloth. Number 2, the dry balcony, high heat and low humidity. Now for the total opposite challenge. In a dry, arid, or desert climate, you want plants that are built to save water. Look for leaves that are small, waxy, fuzzy, or silver-colored. Your champions will be Mediterranean herbs like rosemary, thyme, oregano, and sage. For flowers and foliage, geraniums, lavender, and succulents like aloe vera and jade plants are excellent. Here, your enemy is the relentless heat that sucks the life out of everything. Small pots can dry out in hours, and the sun can cook your plant's roots. Our main goals are water retention and heat protection. The single most important thing you can do is use larger containers. A bigger pot holds more soil, which holds more water for longer. This is one case where bigger is better. Just make sure they still have great drainage. Also, think about the color. Dark pots absorb heat. Light-colored containers will reflect sunlight and keep roots much cooler. Protect your soil from the sun. Use a quality potting mix, and then add a 2-inch layer of mulch on top. Wood chips, straw, or even pebbles will do. This shades the soil, keeping it cool and dramatically cutting down on evaporation. Another great strategy is to group your pots together. They create their own little humid microclimate, shielding each other from hot winds. Number 3, the temperate balcony seasonal swings. If you live in a temperate climate with 4 distinct seasons, you can have a ton of fun growing different things at different times of the year. In spring and fall, focus on cool season crops like lettuce, spinach, kale, radishes, parsley, and chives. Pansies are fantastic for color. In summer, it's prime time for heat lovers like cherry tomatoes, peppers, basil, and beans alongside flowers like petunias and marigolds. For year-round green, add a hardy dwarf conifer or boxwood. Your challenge isn't one single extreme, but learning to adapt as the year changes. Your goal is to maximize the growing season and stay flexible. This is where observing your space is critical. For one full day, pay attention to how the sun moves across your balcony. What does it hit in the morning versus the scorching afternoon? Jot it down, because you might have multiple microclimates. For example, a hot corner and a cool shady spot, and the best spot will change with the seasons. Your whole strategy is about seasonal rotation. A universal setup with a lightweight grow bag or pot filled with an all-purpose potting mix is perfect because it's mobile. In the spring, you'll want your pots in the sunniest spot. By peak summer, you might slide those same pots to a spot that gets afternoon shade. This mobility is why you must use a lightweight potting mix. Never heavy garden soil, which would ruin drainage and make pots difficult or impossible to move. Number 4. The cold balcony, short season and frost. Gardening on a cold climate balcony has the biggest hurdle: a short growing season and the threat of frost. Freezing winds are your main enemy. You have to be ruthless and choose plants that are either super cold hardy or that mature really fast. For edibles, think lightning-fast crops like radishes, arugula, and quick-maturing lettuce. Hardy greens like kale and spinach can often survive a light frost. For year-round structure, many evergreens like dwarf spruce and junipers are perfect. Our primary goals are protection, mobility, and choosing the right plants for a quick season. Mobility is everything. Using lightweight containers filled with potting mix is non-negotiable. You have to be able to pull your garden close to the warmer wall of your building or even haul pots inside on a night with a hard frost. Plant caddies with wheels can be an absolute lifesaver. Balconies on higher floors can turn into wind tunnels, so insulation is your other key strategy. The roots of plants in pots are way more exposed to cold than plants in the ground. Group your pots tightly against a wall. You can also wrap them in burlap or use double potting, placing your pot inside a larger one and stuffing the gap with straw. A thick layer of mulch on top of the soil is a vital blanket for the roots. Bonus tip number 1, master your watering. Now that we've tailored our setup, let's cover 2 things every gardener needs to master. First, watering. The number 1 killer of container plants is doing this wrong. Pots dry out way faster than a garden bed. The rule is simple. Don't water on a schedule. Water when the plant actually needs it. The best way to know is the finger test. Stick your finger into the soil up to your first knuckle. If it feels dry, it's time to water. If it feels moist, check again tomorrow. When you do water, water deeply until you see it run out the drainage holes. Never, ever leave your pot sitting in a saucer full of water. That's a fast track to root rot. Bonus tip number 2, feed your plants correctly. Second, fertilizing. Think of that container as a small island. Your plant only has the nutrients in that potting mix and some washout every time you water. To keep your plants healthy, you have to put those nutrients back. For beginners, the easiest way is a balanced, all-purpose liquid fertilizer. A great rule of thumb is to fertilize weekly. That just means you dilute the fertilizer to half or quarter strength and use it once a week during the main growing season. It gives your plants a steady, general supply of food. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this guide helpful, please give it a thumbs up as it really helps the channel out. And consider subscribing for more guides to help you grow the garden you love no matter where you live. Now, go get your hands dirty